fuck did you get here?
Went to school at Syracuse, man. I just never left.
Oh, you got caught up in Syracuse.
Caught,
That's what happened. You got caught up. Oh man.
caught up in Syracuse. That's great. I've never heard it called Syracuse. I'll be using that tonight on the show. Sorry.
Syracuse. That has nothing to do with this video, but it was funny. He's a new subscriber. There you go, man. I have a question for you. How much is your data worth? Your rideshare data, how much is it worth? My name is Levi. This is the Tip You in the App Daily Drive. Today's Daily Drive is brought to you by Tonquin. With Tonquin, you're going to deliver car parts, not people. Tonquin's great. I use it. It's a great way to fill that time, especially when it's slow during Uber. Check out the team at Tonquin and let them know that Levi from Tip You in the App sent you. Today's Daily Drive is also brought to you by Rideshare.tax. Taxes are a pain. Next year is coming. Start prepping today. Contact the team at Rideshare.tax and let them know that I sent you. The Daily Drive is also brought to you by VOOM Rideshare Insurance. All right, so I found this really neat article on this obscure website, and it says there's a startup offering free toilets and coffee for delivery workers in exchange for their data. The startup is called Nippy, and they're primarily, I think, exclusively in South America. And yeah, that's kind of cool. I remember back during COVID, do you remember when you were driving? Like there were no places to stop and use the restroom. Nothing was open. And so I started just kind of thinking about that, and I was like, I would love a service like that. There's a place here in Syracuse, that's called Delta Sonic. I love going there. I go there to get my car washed, to get a cup of coffee. It's great. Panera, there's a charger, Tesla charger near Panera. I also like that. So places to take a break is great. But this is interesting. So Nippy is saying, hey, drivers, delivery drivers, rideshare drivers, come in here. We'll give you coffee. We'll give you a free place to take a break, whatever you need. All we want is your data. And that got me thinking, like, what is our data worth? Now, you and I both know that Uber and Lyft are not actual rideshare companies. They're just an app. They're an app with, amazing functionality, really quality algorithms, and they have a crap ton of data. That's basically what these apps are. They're just data hounds. And I like data too. I have a ton of data, and I wonder if like other drivers know how much value is placed into their data, even the riders. And so I just started thinking to myself, like, do you use data to make decisions? I think most rideshare drivers pretty much just make instinct decisions, right? They remember a couple of good places where they've made some pickups. They, don't track any data long term, and they're driving rideshare off of instinct. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I imagine most drivers, if not all drivers, do that. I do that. I make instinct decisions, and a lot of times I'm wrong. Whereas like data helps us make informed decisions, right? It's like the movie Moneyball, right? The Oakland A's were making decisions off of data, and they were able to go to the playoffs even though they had the lowest payroll. And you have access to so much data as a rideshare driver. Like you do. You have more data than you think you have, is what I'm getting at. So for example, if you wanted to, you could actually track not only how much you make per ride, et cetera, how much miles you drive and your costs. You could actually put together a map, right? You know where you picked up people and dropped them off. Put some numbers next to that. Do it with a pen and paper. I'm not saying overthink this here. You don't have to do it digitally and make some sort of real mind map, but you have the ability to actually get data, information, and put it together and do real analysis. And so this company, Nippy, they're using your data, and they find enough value to compensate drivers for it. Uber is definitely not going to compensate us for our data. They just have it. So there you go. It's a really short, easy one. Please know that I'm cheering for you. I want you to be safe. I want you to be happy. I want you to make a lot of money. It's tough out there. I know in my market, it's getting harder and harder. I imagine it's getting harder and harder in your market. But I'm cheering for you. I really am. I wish you the best. Bye.